Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land, and welcome to DC Fans United. So today I'm taking a look at New 52 Supergirl number 32. Kind of a random issue. It really is in this case. It's right in the middle or towards the end of a particular story arc called Red Daughter of Krypton. But this was in a bargain bin, and I picked it up for $1. This was some time ago. So, I figured Red Lantern Supergirl is a pretty cool concept, and it was only $1, so I figured I'd take the chance on it, and it ended up being a pretty good issue, I think. So there's this really ridiculous ad at the beginning. We're just gonna pretend that's not in here. Yeah, that ad sucks. I don't know why they put ads that don't have anything to do with the issue in these things. But anyways, the story itself's pretty interesting. So I don't know how Supergirl became a Red Lantern. You'll have to let me know if you were following this story arc at the time. But, there's this pretty good drawing at the beginning. Takes up a full page, and, she's in rage mode because she's a Red Lantern. So, let's see everyone that worked on it. We have Tony Bedard as the writer. He's written quite a lot for DC. We have Emmanuel Lupacchino is the penciler, so I think he did a pretty good job on this too. The inker is Ray McCarthy. The colorist is Hi-Fi. So I kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit. You see Hi-Fi all the time in DC Comics, maybe in other comics, but, I mostly read DC. In any case, that Hi-Fi, when you see that as the colorist, it is done by a person when it's Hi-Fi, but the Hi-Fi is a studio. So they have a lot of people that work for them. So it's kind of like you don't know who the colorist is, but it was a person. The thing about Hi-Fi, though, as opposed to a colorist that you know, like a person, is it's hit or miss. Sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's really bad. Often it's just standard. And then Rob Leigh is the letterer, and he's done a million comic books. He's a big-time letterer. So anyways, she's talking about how she got her Red Lantern ring a little. She doesn't say how she got it, but she's talking about it and how it made her feel more fulfilled. I guess there's this whole other story going on, too, about how Earth basically is turned against the Kryptonians. And she's talking about how she's feeling accepted by the Red Lanterns, which I thought was cool. And like I was talking about the coloring, I think it's perfectly fine. You can see the shine on her uniform and stuff. It's not super duper good, but I think it's good. It's good enough. I might be a little biased because I bought it for $1 too. How much did it cost originally? Oh yeah, $2.99. So that's not too bad either. So anyways, Guy Gardner is also a Red Lantern at the time. So for some reason, he tells her that she was better off when she wasn't a Red Lantern, so she's gonna go, well, he orders her to go to Mogo, which is a Green Lantern that's an entire planet. And apparently Mogo has the ability to take off a ring, a Red Lantern ring from someone without them dying. So that's pretty good power, most of the time once you're a Red Lantern, you're just kind of stuck with it. But anyways, she decides that she doesn't want to do that and flies off, and she's going to go back to Earth. And then they introduce these other guys who are called Diasporans. It's a race of aliens. So their deal is they go around, because their world was destroyed, but they became a stronger, in their opinion, civilization for it. They go around destroying other people's planets, and then, the survivors from that planet will be stronger for it, is their philosophy. So that's kind of what they're going around doing, but then their leader knows about Supergirl. So he's like, she would be the perfect one to work for us, or be their champion, basically, because she's so strong, and she's a Red Lantern, so she has like a similar philosophy, they think. So instead of just going and talking to her, this is kind of cool too. She's flying through hyperspace on the way back to Earth. They have this trap. I hate the glare on these really glossy comics. But yeah, so they get her with this trap, And they're like, there she is, the hyper snare has her. Remember to take her alive. And she's like, boy, you don't know who you're messing with. Because she's got her Supergirl powers plus Red Lantern powers. So it's like unlimited Red Lantern rage when she's enraged like this. So she's just taking them down like easy. And she's even fought these guys before, she says. Oh, and they're all piling on. Like, you know, they got her pinned there. And then I like this panel here. Where she's like, boom, get off. So that was one of the things I liked about it, too, was just, you know, the idea of Red Lantern Supergirl's kind of cool. And a lot of the individual panels, like, you could take and just, you know, as a desktop pattern or screensaver or something. Lock screen, as they say. So that would be cool. Anyways, so yeah, we'll get back to it. So they are attacking her full on, and she sees they have a whole fleet. And it's interesting, too, that you can tell she's still a hero, or at the very least, like, a good-minded person, because she says, what does she say exactly? She says they've shown that they can live in the vacuum of space, so she doesn't have to feel bad about destroying their ships. So that's what she does. She flies through and blows up all their ships again. Look at that. She looks freaking cool right there. So yeah, she destroys the fleet, and then the leader guy called World Killer flies at her and is like, oh, you're even grander than I imagined. And she's like, he must be the leader. And he hits her, and he's actually way stronger than the others, so she flies and looks like a moon. Might even be our moon, but she smashes into a moon. That's probably not our moon. And yeah, it's a big impact crater. You know, this is a good little action-packed comic. So they have a back-and-forth fight, and she's like, I can't believe how strong he is. He's so much stronger than the other ones. But then she smashes him into this place, and they're all like, our king! And she's got him here, and she's just like wailing on him. And then he says, keep back, she is our champion. She's like, you're what? Is my ring translator broken? And then this part's kind of cool, too. It's an advertisement. He's like, if you're having trouble understanding, then I'll speak in your native tongue. And he starts speaking Kryptonian. She's like, you speak Kryptonian? And he says, yes, of course. I'm Kryptonian myself. She's like, liar. Again, cool art, real expressive. You know, you can tell this guy went through and drew everything. He didn't trace anything. He didn't use any 3D models. He put the time and effort into it. And you can really tell that, too, sometimes where it's real busy, like where they're fighting a lot of stuff, and it looks kind of, like, rough in a way. That's because he went through and drew all that stuff. So anyways, he can do detailed art, too. It's good. So then, yeah, so she gets mad and says liar and tries to hit him. And he's like, no, it's true. I was an experiment. I was made on Krypton, which we know they did that stuff because of Doomsday. So there were 4 other world killers, and he's the 5th one. And he's basically asking her to join, and she still doesn't want to. Oh, and he says, too, that didn't Krypton being destroyed make you stronger? So kind of trying to prove his own philosophy. She's still mad. I mean, she is a Red Lantern. Oh, there's this terrible art. I don't know. JR's a good artist. Sometimes. If he's drawing Spider-Man, but especially during the New 52, well, you know, even lately, you know, he had a pinup like this in the Action Comics 1000. I just do not like how he draws Superman at all. That's just my opinion. So anyways, they're still fighting. Now they're crashing into the Earth's atmosphere. But his body is aging and breaking down. And she's like... And then he dies. And she's surprised because she wasn't trying to kill him. And the ring, she asks the ring if she killed him. And it says, anomaly, anomaly. And then we find out that it wasn't really him. It was his armor that had taken him over. So... this evil armor wanted the body to die so that it could try and take over Supergirl. So that's what it begins to do. And to make matters worse, the humans had poisoned Earth's atmosphere with kryptonite. So as they're crashing into Earth, she's just getting weaker and weaker. So this guy's plan is then to take her over, and then he'd have Kryptonian powers, World Ender powers, and Red Lantern powers. So he would be really, really, really strong. And then there's a silly little thing at the end with Ambush Bug, who's just a comedic character. So they did do this thing during the New 52 where they had the Channel 52 breaking news, and it would just be a silly little thing. So Ambush Bug's pretty funny. I kind of wish they'd use him more. I don't know if he's been in Rebirth or not. If he has, let me know. So that's a 10-minute video about a random Supergirl issue from the New 52. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I would say I would buy that for $1. Oh, which reminds me, we're going to be talking about RoboCop and other action movies over on Hard Copy's channel tonight. It's going to be really, really late. I think it's like 2 a.m. on the East Coast. But yeah, it's going to be pretty fun. It's not really comic related necessarily. I'll try and turn the conversation into comics, but we're going to be talking about action movies from the 1980s, so I'm going to see if Batman 89 and Superman 2 count. But at the very least, we're going to be talking about RoboCop and Predator and all that good stuff. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I love talking to you guys. And as always, be sure to hit the bell for notifications. A lot of people don't know when I post. And yeah, be sure and subscribe if you haven't. And as always, thank you for watching and being a part of DC Fans United.